Today I booked the next 5 years of Carmelo Hayes' WWE career. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. This story starts in 2025 as Carmelo continues his quest for respect on the main roster. Carmelo still views the United States Championship as the kickstarter to success, but he knows that he has LA Knight and Andrade to deal with before getting his shot at the champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Luckily for Hayes, LA Knight moves over to Raw in the superstar trade, meaning one less competitor to deal with. In the build-up to WrestleMania, Carmelo interrupts a backstage promo by Shinsuke, offering a clearly self-serving alliance to the champion. He says that Andrade is the real threat because the fans are rallying behind him, and Carmelo suggests that they work together to eliminate Andrade. Nakamura smirks but says nothing, leaving Carmelo to believe that Shinsuke has agreed. Later that night, Carmelo helps Nakamura in a non-title match against Andrade, but Shinsuke ignores Carmelo's attempt at post-match camaraderie, slapping Melo's hand and walking off as if Carmelo doesn't exist. The following week, Carmelo grabs a mic and calls out Nakamura, declaring Nakamura owed him thanks after helping him last week. Carmelo starts to get angry with Nakamura as he says nothing yet again. Carmelo pushes Nakamura too far in the promo and ultimately receives his signature mist. Carmelo returns the following week wearing an eye patch, milking the injury for all that it's worth. He cuts promos about the irreparable damage to his $1 million face, demanding compensation and Nakamura's head on a silver platter. Meanwhile, Andrade confronts Carmelo, accusing him of cowardice for trying to manipulate his way into a title match instead of earning it. Nick Aldis, the GM, steps in and books Carmelo vs Andrade for the #1 contender spot that night, but during the match, Nakamura interferes, taking out both men. Aldis is furious and declares that he is sick and tired of Nakamura's actions on SmackDown since he has returned. On the go-home show before WrestleMania 41, Aldis says Shinsuke Nakamura thinks that he is untouchable. Aldis aims to take the title out of Nakamura's hands by putting it on the line in a triple threat. The best man will walk out as United States Champion. At WrestleMania, the three superstars would clash in an awesome triple threat match. Carmelo makes sure to protect his $1 million face, this time swapping the eye patch for custom ski goggles. But the goggles don't last long as Nakamura hits a Kinshasa so brutal that it knocks the goggles clean off Hayes' head. Nakamura finally lands a miss to Hayes, but in Hayes' blindness he low blows Nakamura, who proceeds to walk straight into an Andrade hammerlock DDT. Andrade gets the win at WrestleMania and picks up the US title. Hayes proceeds to spend most of the summer feuding with Nakamura. Carmelo becomes increasingly paranoid that Nakamura is stalking him. Superstars like Apollo Crews play jokes on Hayes, pretending to be a cloaked Nakamura. Tired of dealing with the pranks, Hayes chucks a can of soda at someone he thinks is playing a prank on him, but it turns out to actually be Nakamura, who proceeds to chase him through the arena. As the weeks progress, the US champion Andrade begins getting dragged into the feud. He tells Nakamura that he has no issue with him, but Nakamura doesn't care. He views Andrade as an accomplice to his dishonour, and also as the competitor who is holding his United States title. Nick Aldis steps in once again, booking a triple threat rematch for SummerSlam, citing unresolved tensions among all three men. At SummerSlam, Nakamura sprays the mist, but this time Hayes ducks and it hits Andrade instead. Nakamura goes for a Kinshasa on Hayes, but Hayes counters with a low blow, but this time he meant to do it. Hayes hits nothing but net on Andrade, who is still recovering from the mist, and pins him for the victory. Following SummerSlam, Carmelo moves on from Nakamura and Andrade for the time being, as those two begin feuding with each other. But at Survivor Series of that year, Nakamura finally gets his hands on Carmelo, defeating him for the US title, just days before Hayes is transferred to Monday Night Raw. In 2026, Hayes is over on Raw and begins a feud with his former ally, Trick Williams, after Trick eliminates him in the Rumble match. Trick and Carmelo would go on to clash at WrestleMania 42 in a match that both men describe as the match that decides the future of the business. Hayes gets the win despite a great effort from the former NXT champion. Although Trick lost at WrestleMania, a major Hollywood studio offers him a role in an upcoming movie. Because of this, Carmelo Hayes grows increasingly resentful. Though he won the match at WrestleMania, Trick's newfound fame overshadows his victory. Hayes cuts a promo on Raw saying that he beat Trick Williams at WrestleMania. He is the guy who decided the future of the business, but all that anyone can talk about is Trick in Hollywood. Carmelo challenges Trick to a match at Backlash with Trick's role in the movie on the line, but Trick gets the win to keep his role. On the Raw after Backlash, Hayes begins teasing something big, saying that Trick may be starring in $1 million movies over in Hollywood, but in the WWE, Carmelo should be referred to as $1 million Melo. He proceeds to unveil the $1 million championship, claiming that he is the man with the $1 million face and the $1 million talent. He claims that Ted DiBiase himself told him that he is the only one worthy of the championship. Triple H interrupts one of Hayes' promos to lay down the law. Hunter says that it's all well and good that Ted DiBiase gave Carmelo his blessing, but if he wants to carry that title on his show, he has to prove he is worthy of it. We arrive at Money in the Bank as Carmelo Hayes battles Trick Williams for the $1 million championship. Trick is looking to solidify his status as a top star, and Hayes is desperate to prove that he is the better man. Just as Trick seems poised to hit his finisher for the win, Angelo Dawkins appears, pulling Trick out of the ring and delivering the silencer on the outside. Hayes capitalises by hitting nothing but net and pinning Trick to become the $1 million champion. On Raw the next night, Hayes explains his alliance with Dawkins by saying that when you carry the $1 million championship, you need $1 million security. Dawkins embraces his role as Hayes' bodyguard since turning on Montez Ford and ending their run as the Street Profits. Carmelo would lose the title briefly to Trick thanks to interference from Montez Ford, who gets some payback on Angelo Dawkins. Despite this hiccup in his title run, Hayes reclaims the title at Saturday night's main event in December, heading into the new year as the champion. In 2027, Hayes fully embraces being known as $1 million Melo, claiming that he is making that kind of money as the champion. Hayes' ego gets as big as the contract that he claims to have, constantly trashing other wrestlers as well as guest celebrities. One in particular is Bad Bunny. In response to Hayes' disrespect, Bad Bunny challenges Carmelo to a match at WrestleMania 43 for the $1 million championship. Hayes accepts, expecting a clean victory at Mania. However, Hayes is shocked at how well Bad Bunny performs and almost loses the title thanks to some awesome offense from Bunny. Ultimately though, Hayes lets his in-ring ability do the talking as he retains the title against Bad Bunny on the grandest stage. Continuing his run of trashing celebrities, Hayes sets his sights on Post Malone. Post is on Raw to announce that his new song will be the theme for SummerSlam. Hayes trashes Post Malone's song, saying that his music has dropped off. Unable to wrestle Hayes the way that Bad Bunny did at Mania, Post recruits Montez Ford to fight in his place at SummerSlam. The SummerSlam clash arrives with Angelo Dawkins accompanying Hayes to the ring, and Post Malone arriving alongside Montez Ford. During the match, Post knocks out Hayes' security Angelo Dawkins, providing a distraction that allows Montez Ford to set Hayes up for a splash to secure the victory. Ford defeats Hayes and becomes the new $1 million champion. Moving on from his 2 runs as $1 million champion, Hayes moves into the tag team bracket on Raw, teaming with his bodyguard Angelo Dawkins. In the late months of the year, Hayes would pick up the World Tag Team titles with Dawkins, ending the year with gold around his waist once again. At WrestleMania 44 in 2028, Carmelo and Angelo Dawkins would defend their World Tag Team Championships against 3 different teams in The Family, Joe and Mark Coffey of Gallus, and OTM. Hayes and Dawkins would retain and head into the summer still the Tag Team Champions, but soon enough the Family would build up some momentum heading into the Money in the Bank. The 2 teams would clash for the titles, and after over 6 months as champions, Hayes and Dawkins would drop the World Tag Team titles. Hayes would look towards another championship in WWE, in that of the Intercontinental Championship. Current champion Finn Balor, long past his days with the Judgment Day, is approaching the latter stages of his career, and Carmelo smells blood in the water. He sees his opportunity to take the title from Finn Balor at Survivor Series. Balor puts his title on the line, and in a valiant effort to retain the title, Balor fails to win as Hayes picks up his first Intercontinental Championship. Hayes would start 2029 fresh with the Intercontinental Championship around his waist and Angelo Dawkins watching his back. Hayes would battle Balor one final time, but this time at WrestleMania 45. Hayes faces Balor with the IC title on the line. Hayes puts his title up for grabs, and Balor puts his career on the line. If Balor loses, he must retire. Hayes arrives ready for the biggest match of his career, but to his surprise, Balor arrives as the Demon. Hayes was already facing a huge challenge when battling Balor at WrestleMania, but facing the Demon is a whole new challenge. However, Hayes proves why he is him by managing to pull off a career-defining win, defeating Balor, retaining his title, and ending Finn Balor's career. Hayes would achieve an incredible run in 2029 as the IC champion, holding the title for the majority of the year. He would retain the title against Sami Zayn and Nathan Frazer, just to name a couple, and his biggest match of the year would come at SummerSlam when he would retain the title against Obafemi in somewhat of an impossible challenge. Hayes would keep the title until Survivor Series, where he would finally drop it to Nathan Frazer. Hayes would slowly drift away from Dawkins following dropping the IC title and sets out on his own as the 2030 Royal Rumble approaches. Hayes walks into 2030 as the most confident member of the WWE roster. Hayes at this point is considered as one of the best workers on the roster and is predicted to become WWE Champion sometime very soon. With the Royal Rumble approaching, Hayes looks at WrestleMania 46 as his chance to finally win the WWE Championship, but he has 29 other men to outlast in order to achieve his destiny. And he tells the WWE Universe to believe that Melo is Mania. If you enjoyed this one, please drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you want to show some support to help me to continue posting videos like this one, then please consider joining the channel as a member for just 99 cents per month. Comment below who you would like to see next in these 5-year simulations, and I'll see you on the next one.